Hello and welcome to the module on best practices in e-auction. What is e-auction? There are many components in e-auction success such as its strategies, best practices and ethics. In this article, we have thrown light on best practices in e-auction that helps to deliver desired results such as meeting, purchasing and organizational objectives, and improving efficiency and effectiveness of organizational functions. Let's now have a look at some of the best practices in e-auction. These are setting right policies, strategic sourcing or opportunity analysis, RFX development, supplier analysis, preparation for online bidding, actual auction event, and after auction event. We will now discuss them one by one in detail. First is setting up right policy. Setting right policies that clarify the doubt or shuns away the misunderstanding between the client and the organization is very important. The policy must be clear, concise and unambiguous. The policy must define the criteria or categories or terms where two or more suppliers are qualified to participate in e-auction. It must define the items for which e-auction is to be performed. It requires all categories to be evaluated for potential e-auction benefit using structured criteria, prioritizing and selecting the auction approach based on results. Next is strategic sourcing. It is a process that continuously evaluates and improves the procurement process of a company. It is also known as saving opportunity loss. It's high time for an organization to reevaluate and think the right time to enter the market, consider whether it's supplier or buyer's market and driving factor for suppliers in the market. It's a time to ponder your relationship with your supplier, weigh the pros and cons of being in a long-term relation with the supplier. How is it supporting your organization's strategy and giving you the competitive edge over others in the market? Use online auction to test the competitiveness and capabilities in the market. RFX stands for Requirement for. These are the documents to seek information from vendors in order to analyze their solutions and ability to meet the business needs. In order to attract a pool of competitive supplier, think like them. What make the package attracting to them without affecting the cost, as well as difficulty to run the event. Clarify the type of pricing they have to submit, that is lot price or individual item price. Remember, frequency, lot size and order quantity are the drivers of this process. Coming to supplier analysis. Set the selection criteria for suppliers in terms of capabilities, qualification and requisite experience. Gather information on suppliers. Deliver invitation message to prospective suppliers, informing them about the prevailing opportunity to gain business. Make sure all the suppliers meet the specification prior to the auction. Preparation for online bidding. Ensure that all the respective suppliers have the internet connection. If possible, inform them 4 to 5 days prior to the commencement of e-auction event. Supplier must be able to see your event, approach clearly. Hence the event must be carried out openly and with fair means. Now for the e-auction or online bidding, ensure the following. Do not set the price too low or too high. Select decrement to enable price saving without showing auction too much. Consider time zones when setting auction time. At the end, let's look at some after-auction event practices. The main objective is to ensure and evaluate that the price savings are met and have benefited the organization. Provide fair feedback to the unsuccessful suppliers. Learn from the mistakes or faulty decision-making process, if occurred during the auction process. So to summarize, in this article we learned about best practices in e-auction, in which we studied about what is e-auction and what are the various types of best practices in e-auction. For a complete course on best practices in e-auction, visit www.skillify.com.